Hello Prep 2. This is our second assembly. This time I've got my cat Wilson sitting on my lap. He wanted a bit of a cuddle, so he thought he'd join in with our assembly for today. Now, I've got a book I want to share with you this week, and this book is called Pass It On, and it's a bit of a theme for the assembly. I hope you enjoy this book as much as we do. Do you like this book, Wilson? Yeah, I'm sure you do. Are you staying? Are you going to sit up there? Can we get... Yeah, leave that, that's for later. Come on. Wilson, sit down. Should we read the story? Okay. This book is called Pass It On, and it is by Sophy Henn. It's really bright and cheerful. When you see something terrific, smile a smile and pass it on. If you chance upon a chuckle, hee hee hee, and pass it on. If something happens that's amazing, whoop it up and pass it on. Should you spot a thing of wonder, jump for joy and pass it on. With all the smiles that you have made and the joy you've spread about, you'll find the world's a little nicer and those smiles a little brighter. Sometimes the fun and glee aren't in their usual place, but search around, there's always some, a hum, a happy face. When the sky is grey and rainy, you'll know just what to do. Grab your wellies and your Mac, splash a smile and pass it on. If you feel a little lonely, don't let that worry you. Just branch out, see who's there, find some fun and pass it on. And when you least expect it, like a bolt out of the blue, a smile or a chuckle will be passed right back to you. Enjoy that happy moment. Let that feeling fill you up. Then have a ball, raise the roof, kick your heels and pass it on. Now, isn't that just such a lovely book? And the message is quite simple, isn't it? If we have happy thoughts, if we smile, we can pass that on to other people and it can make them feel really happy too. And I'm hoping that's what this assembly can do for you. Hopefully it can make you feel a little bit happy. And in the book, it said if you feel lonely or if the sky is grey, and we know at the moment things are a little bit different and we might feel a little bit lonely or a little bit sad. And that's okay, because we can do things to smile and pass it on. Now, thank you for sitting so nicely, Wilson. I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about something that has made me smile this week. And it sounds something really, really silly, but it has made me feel very happy this week. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to pass that on myself. So at the moment, it's very difficult, isn't it, when we go to the shops? Maybe you've not been to the shops for a long time, but it's very difficult to find flour. Flour just cannot be found anywhere at the moment. If any of you know where to find flour, let me know. But I did a big bulk order and got a massive bag of flour delivered the other day. And a friend of mine said, would you like something called a sourdough starter so that I could bake my own bread without yeast? And I thought, I'll give that a go. Now, you know me, Prep 2. Is Mrs. Loudon good at baking? Cakes are a disaster. I can't bake. But I thought I'd give it a go and I would try something a bit new and different. And I did. And shall I show you? Ooh, look. Oh, thank you, Wilson. I made myself a loaf of bread. Now this is actually my third loaf of bread and they've all been really delicious and I'm very proud of myself. And that's been my thing that has passed it on, because my friend passed something on to me and that made me feel really happy. And that has made me able to make some bread at home, which has made me feel very, very happy. Not only that I've achieved something that I'm not normally very good at, but it's meant that now I'm going to go in a little while, go and bake another loaf of bread so that I can pass that on to somebody else. I'm going to pass it on to my mum and dad as a little surprise. I'm going to leave a parcel on their doorstep. Don't tell them. And it's really nice because I could then send a photo to my friend who lives down the road from me and I could say, look at what you've been able to make me do. And that's made him happy. So we're passing on that smile in the form of bread. But passing on that smile is really important. And I'm hoping when we had our class Zoom meeting the other day, we were able to pass on some smiles. It was really lovely to see everybody smiling together. I think that's what we've all been missing, isn't it? So I think my message for our assembly this week is to try and find some way to pass on that feeling of happiness to somebody else, whether that is doing a good deed, so that could be a good deed at home, and not telling anybody that you've done it. So it could be that you have secretly tidied up your bedroom and you don't go and tell anybody, you just do it, and then you wait for your mum and dad to see, and then they'll be really proud of you and that will make them smile. And then they will pass on that happiness to somebody else. It could be that you make a poster or a picture or a painting and you put it through a neighbour's door, or you post it to somebody special who lives a little bit far away. That's what we've done this week. We've painted some pictures at home. Olive has painted some rainbows because it's her auntie's birthday this week and it was her granddad's birthday this week. So we have been passing on joy and happiness in the form of brightly coloured paintings. So again, that's something else that you could do too. It doesn't have to be something really big, it can be something quite small. It can just be giving mum or dad a hug, or spending a bit of extra time with your pets and looking after them. You like that, don't you, Wilson? Yeah, he's a bit of a softie. He's a bit of a mama's boy, aren't you? Yeah, you're a good boy. So I think the main thing is, let's try and find some ways to pass on some happiness and some smiles, even though we're not necessarily going out and we're not being able to do the things that we would normally do to pass on a smile. Little things go a long way. And it might just be putting that rainbow picture in your window, which you may have already done, or doing something really kind for somebody else and not expecting anything else in return. So that's the message I'm going to leave you with this week. And I might even just speak to Olive and film a little bit of her in a moment, because I know you all enjoyed that a little while ago. What makes you feel happy?
Happy.
Watering the plants makes you happy. Mama, get more water. Okay. Be good. I'll see you next week at our Zoom meeting. There are lots of exciting things to do in your lessons this week. I've filmed lots of videos and you've got some really fun stuff. We've got some Arctic animals in English. We have got some really fun African weaving in art. There's more plants in science. I hope you've got a really good week ahead of you. The lessons look really good. I'm going to try and have lots of fun. Are you going to have fun? He's a bit grumpy. But I will see you soon. Look after yourselves, pass on that smile, pass it on, make somebody else happy. Bye. Bye. You say bye-bye.